You know what? You really is grown, because you grown before grown ass. You grown when sleep is an activity that the bitch look forward to. Then you grown. When sleep is an enjoyable activity, like, ooh, I get 5 more hours of this shit. Ooh, nobody's gonna bother me on Sunday. That's grown. Grown ass is when I am acknowledging my responsibility to myself and my impact that I leave on this here rock, which is the earth. So no matter what that I'm doing, if I have kids, if I have a prodigy or not, what I did, the relationships that I have, that I'm being responsible and accountable for those things. That's grown ass. And when you there, then it's just, it can be up or down. But for me, it's been up, way up. And so many people, you throw about that word, like you put it on the little thing, be kind, be kind. I've seen a man really be kind to somebody. Like, and sometimes that's been me. I've been on the receiving end of that. You know, when I was going through, I have renal failure. So when I was first going through that, this motherfucker opened up home and hats. Renal failure is kidney failures. My kidneys do not work. And I'm actually actively on dialysis. Yes, ma'am. I'm on dialysis 3 days a week, darling. I used to do it every day. Every day.
I just missed all of that. I hope
No, it's all here for the
so
good.
what?
So I have renal failure. I'm like your other guest. That's what I was saying. When I read his story,
what?
I have kidney failure, renal failure. You didn't know
You
that.
heard my friend's story?
That's why I said, wow.
I contracted or had kidney disease, have kidney disease. And my blood pressure just out of nowhere just was crazy, like 325 over 256 when a normal blood pressure is 120 over 80. It was like stroke. And I never had a stroke, but my blood pressure would be so high I'll have to go to ICU off of blood pressure. And, you know, I'm a person that was never sick ever as a kid. I never really caught colds, like was never sick. So I really didn't pay attention to the severity of, you know, high blood pressure or kidney disease. So my kidneys like just went bad in my 20s. So it went from me being A-okay, playing basketball still and being okay, to not even being able to lay down on my back because I couldn't breathe. From 22 to 32, I was in the ICU over 100 times, in ICU over 100 times. Not regular hospital, ICU over 100 times, which makes, you know, if you anybody, you know, you don't go to ICU and get admitted to ICU for nothing. It has to be intensive care, you know, it has to be extreme. So over 100 times easy that I was in ICU. So at one point in time, bro, it was really serious. And at one point in time, mentally, physically, emotionally, I had checked out, you know, a few times. And every time I checked out, I would like literally get a flash when I was just like, man, fuck this shit. I would get a flash to show my son, and my body would automatically kick itself back into like a reboot. It was like, nah, you're not doing that to him. And my body would fight for me.
I'm at dialysis 3 times a week. Now, I ain't had as many. I've had a lot of crazy hospital visits. I can definitely relate to him. Now, I ain't had as many as he had, because that touched me too. Because I know what that's like. When this man talking about 90-something times in the hospital, and those hospital stays is not, I've been on ICU for a month at a time. I've had 26 different ports in my body at one time. All these marks on my arms, but I don't really show my arms too much, is all from needles and other shits. And I got a big old thing right here where they go in my access and put 15 gauge needles. I don't know if you know how big a 15 gauge needle is, but it's not small. And they have to do that and I can do it to myself, which surprises even dialysis nurses, because people don't generally cannulate themselves. And I cannulate the shit out of me because I'm my best, baby, I'm my best healthcare advocate. You ain't gonna fuck my access up. This is my lifeline. And I do not. I do not. Now you wanna see the other side of Bray Sims? Fuck with that dialysis. Fuck with that dialysis. And I hate that, and I hate that I have to go. I hate it. In all of my body, my blood, my bone. I'm thankful that there's a way out, but y'all, that's 5 hours of my day, 3 times. That's 15 hours a week that I commit to this thing. And then and that's the being there. That's actively getting your mind to go. That's the leaving. That's how it makes me feel. Generally, I feel okay when I leave. But like last week, I had 2 bad days where I felt like shit. I was sick and shut in for 2 days. Yes. But guess what? One foot in front the motherfucking other. Yeah. And see, that stuff I'm open with. Like, I've always wanted to share that publicly.
You have no idea how much it means to me that you saw my friend's interview and you guys were able to relate. Like,
From
that's a
jump, let me say that from like red couch, here's the guy, bam, I'm hooked. Hooked. Like, straight to my heart. Like, hit a chord so deep, I had to pause the shit, really turn off my TV and the other stuff that was kind of around, like that was serving as background noise, because I really wanted to be fine-tuned into what he was saying. And his story had value. And I wanted to look to see what the comparison to my story was. And then it's like I had a friend, even though we weren't having an active conversation, to hear him in his mind's eye, because the way he told it was great. Let me say that. It left me to not feel alone. It left me to feel connected with somebody else. So it wasn't an active conversation, but it was definitely a conversation we had.
Man. Oh, wow.
That's why I'm here, Daniel.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that. All right, man. Let's get into it. All right. Let's do this. All right. Okay.